It was May 9th, 2023, in Jonesboro, Arkansas. What started as a simple traffic stop for improper registration exploded into one of the most destructive pursuits Arkansas State Police saw that year. Behind the wheel of a stolen GMC Yukon was 50-year-old Timmy Lynn Davis of Lake City. What followed was chaos. Fences smashed, cars rammed, and even a carjacking at gunpoint. When troopers lit him up on I-555, Davis hit the gas.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it first. 216, correct. Okay, I'm gonna bed the crossover.
All units 253 for 215.
He's driving pretty reckless. I'm going to back off at this intersection here.
The suspect tore through neighborhoods, across yards, and straight into the Nestlé prepared foods plant, smashing through a chain-link fence. Inside, Davis and a female passenger ditched the Yukon and stole a Ford F-350 with a utility trailer at gunpoint. The chase reignited now with an even bigger, more dangerous vehicle.
He tried to fit.
16 be careful with the heavy trailer.
We're coming up to industrial.
341.
I took the lead. Right now. Tried to spike him, unsuccessful right there. Coming by.
Away.
24 Highland, get away.
Going straight through the southwest. MLK. Highland MLK. He just hit somebody here at Harrisburg Road in Highland.
10-4. 335.
You got a crash. He's still going.
The number of pit attempts in this chase was absolutely insane. Troopers hit him again and again, but Davis just refused to give up. And this wasn't even close to the end. Every moment he was crashing through fences, smashing into cars, and dragging a trailer through city streets like a battering ram. Troopers tried everything to stop him without risking innocent lives, but with Davis behind the wheel, collisions were unavoidable. Just imagine you're on your way home from work, and suddenly a stolen truck and trailer come barreling past you, patrol cars right on its bumper, scenes straight out of a Hollywood movie playing out in real life. This wasn't just reckless, it was terrifying.
In this, if you can. We'll be eastbound on West Parker. Eastbound on West Parker. Eastbound on West Parker.
316.
Coming traffic again. People going to be approaching the intersection. Looks like he might be trying to get back on the interstate. He's about to hit the guardrail. He lost it when he went off the interstate.
Finally, Davis lost control and plunging into a water-filled ditch. He fled on foot only to be caught in a backyard minutes later. The aftermath was pure destruction. Vehicles smashed, fences torn down, and innocent drivers left with thousands in damages. Prosecutors tallied at least $85,805 in restitution, with more possibly to come. Circuit Judge Scott Ellington handed Davis a crushing sentence, 40 years in prison for theft by receiving over $25,000, 15 years for felony fleeing, plus 6 years suspended on other charges, including aggravated assault and criminal. On Thursday, June 23, 2022, Trooper Jacob Bird was stationary on Interstate 430 northbound near mile marker 2 when he observed a blue 2010 Toyota Corolla driving in the far left lane without passing any vehicles. The temporary tag was unreadable, improperly secured, and flapping in the wind. Trooper Bird caught up to the vehicle and initiated a traffic stop. The driver immediately fled, prompting Trooper Bird to call the pursuit as they drove recklessly at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
430 north, 3. Blue Toyota Corolla, 37.
It's important to mention that we do not support this kind of behavior, and you should only learn from the mistakes made in this clip. After following the suspect for a few more minutes, the trooper decided to get closer to execute a possible pit maneuver. The suspect lost control of his vehicle and ended up in the median. He then made a U-turn, but wasn't fleeing for long as he lost control of the vehicle once again.
He just drove into the trees, crashing out. One black male fell out on foot. I can't see him in the tree line to the right.
The driver fled as the vehicle came to a stop, and the trooper saw a black male suspect running into the woods. The North Little Rock Police Department had 2 officers on scene, one with a K9, who attempted to track the suspect, but were unable to apprehend him. While searching the vehicle, officers found an Apple iPhone and some paperwork that could help identify the driver. The next day, the registered owner reported her car stolen to the North Little Rock Police Department and provided a story. However, when she spoke to the Arkansas State Police, her account differed from what she told Little Rock. Warrants have been filed to gain access to the iPhone in an attempt to identify the driver. On Friday, November 24th, 2023, Trooper Blaine Lucas was traveling eastbound on Interstate 630 near mile marker when he observed a green Dodge Challenger with an unreadable Arkansas temporary license plate. The vehicle was following another car too closely. Trooper Lucas got behind the Challenger and activated his emergency lights to conduct a traffic stop. The suspect pulled over to the right shoulder and came to a stop. As soon as the trooper approached the suspect vehicle, the driver fled, nearly losing control but managing to recover and continue fleeing. When the suspect saw the trooper closing in, he accelerated once again, driving at a high rate of speed. As the trooper took the exit, he didn't reduce his speed enough for the curve, causing the front right corner of his vehicle to hit the concrete wall. The patrol unit traveled along the wall before coming to a stop. He advised dispatch that his patrol unit was wrecked and that the suspect vehicle had escaped. On October 25, 2024, Corporal Taylor Elkins informed the trooper that he had observed 4 motorcycles traveling over 90 miles per hour on Interstate 49. As the trooper headed northbound on the interstate, he spotted a motorcycle matching Corporal Elkins' description. The trooper positioned himself behind the motorcycle on Elm Springs Road, ready to initiate a traffic stop. However, the rider accelerated, running a red light and continuing north on Interstate 49 at speeds exceeding 130 miles per hour.
1037.
Copy 1037, ring all units 1063.
The motorcycle weaved across all 3 lanes of traffic, showing a complete disregard for the safety of other drivers. The trooper closed the distance, following the biker closely until another unit caught up to assist in the pursuit. The suspect was riding one of the fastest motorcycles available on the market, making it difficult for the trooper to close the gap and stop him. At one point during the pursuit, the suspect reached a staggering speed of 144 miles per hour, further complicating the chase.
Coming up on Left Road.
The motorcycle continued northbound, taking the exit at the 83-mile mark. However, the rider ran a red light before re-entering Interstate 49, continuing the pursuit northbound.
85, he's going to go back east. Negative, we're still going down the Tokyo. See the road sign, we're coming up on Olive. Smell Olive. Alright, straight my unit.
The trooper attempted to close in on the suspect, forcing him toward the curb, but the suspect did not crash. Instead, he managed to maintain control and continued fleeing. As the trooper got closer once again, the suspect attempted to evade capture using similar maneuvers.
Get on the ground! Now! Hands up! Hands up! Roll over! Roll over now! If you're gonna roll over, I'll do it for you. Roll over. Put your hands behind your back.
The suspect crashed right in front of the patrol car, prompting the trooper to exit immediately before the suspect could get back on his bike and continue fleeing. The suspect was quickly apprehended and taken into custody without further incident. On February 6, 2022, Catoosa County 911 alerted deputies that a Chattanooga police patrol vehicle had been stolen during a traffic stop. While the officer was busy, the suspect sneaked in, jumped behind the wheel, and took off. Just 10 minutes later, officers spotted the stolen unit and a high-speed chase began. Imagine driving down the road and seeing a police car chasing another police car. The suspect was driving recklessly, showing no regard for the safety of others on the road. Luckily, he was in a fully marked patrol car, making it easier for other drivers to spot him and steer clear, potentially preventing a disaster.
Heavy contact.
Clear, heavy contact, lane.
I'll be running towards low throw stop.
After the second pit maneuver, the suspect was sent into the ditch. He exited the vehicle, jumped over a fence, and ran into the woods. Officers drove around to the other side, and with K-9 units, they located the suspect lying in the woods. Mr. Parker was taken into custody without further incident. Afterward, he was transported to the Catoosa County Jail by Deputy James Rogers, bringing this wild chase to an end. On December 20th, 2022, a trooper from Post 15 Perry attempted to stop a vehicle for a traffic violation on Watson Boulevard in Houston County. The driver of the vehicle refused to stop for the trooper, initiating a vehicle pursuit.
Get to the car, get to the car, get to the car. Just turn into a bio lab. Going to the back of bio lab. Going to the back of bio lab. Going to the back of bio lab. He's jumping up. Bush bond, bush bond. Show me your head! Show me your head!
The suspect turned into a business and fled on foot from the vehicle. He then carjacked a motorist and fled in the victim's vehicle. The driver continued onto Interstate 75 North, fleeing from the trooper.
Northwest Industrial right now.
After multiple attempts with stop sticks, one was finally successful, causing the suspect to lose control and crash into a ditch.
It looks like it's gonna be a bush bomb, Barry. Bush bomb. Looks like it's gonna be a bush bomb. Yup, see if you get in the ditch area, and it's gonna be a bush bomb.
The driver was taken into custody by troopers and deputies. During the incident, shots were fired by the suspect, and subsequent shots were fired by the trooper, and no injuries were reported. A 33-year-old Christopher Rodriguez pled guilty to several charges in Houston County's Superior Court. Those charges included armed robbery, aggravated assault on a peace officer, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, theft by receiving stolen property, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and crimes committed during the commission of offense in Fort Worth, Texas. On Thursday, January 30th, 2025, Lake Worth police attempted a traffic stop for a violation, but the driver, 35-year-old Nicholas Sides, had other plans. He hit the gas and took off, sparking a pursuit through the area. The chase came to a dramatic end when Sides crashed into a backyard near Sansom Park. But before officers could even get out of their cars, Sides jumped out and opened fire multiple times. Officers tried to de-escalate, giving him repeated commands to surrender. Instead, Sides ignored them, got back into the vehicle with the gun pointed at his own head, and somehow managed to drive past the officers once again.
He's about to get out. He's coming out.
The pursuit ended at a residence where Sides ran inside. A standoff began as the Fort Worth Police Crisis Intervention Team and SWAT responded, while officers from multiple agencies surrounded the home. For hours, negotiators tried to de-escalate the situation, but Sides made things worse, setting off fireworks around and inside the house. Eventually, he came out with a gun to his head, still refusing to comply with commands. Fort Worth SWAT deployed 40mm less lethal rounds in an effort to disarm Sides, but he responded by firing multiple rounds toward officers. In response, a SWAT officer fired one round, striking Sides in the torso. Medical aid was immediately rendered on scene, and Sides was transported to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead, and no officers or civilians were injured during the incident. 1st, 2021, in Savannah, Georgia. Just after 1 a.m., what began as a Lexus blowing through a red light turned into a reckless, high-speed chase. Behind the wheel, 25-year-old Jackery Rivers. Behind him was a Georgia State Patrol. Rivers wasted no time pushing his Lexus to the limit.
All units, 10-3, 10-33, 209.
Taking the left, we're going to Montgomery. Like a Mercedes. 1050, roll over 1050 with a pedestrian, roll over.
As Rivers ran another stop sign, pulling directly into the path of an oncoming Prius. The impact was brutal. The Prius slammed the Lexus broadside, sending Rivers' car spinning and flipping over multiple times before coming to rest upside down in a vacant lot. With the wreckage smoking, troopers approached cautiously, weapons drawn. To their surprise, Rivers crawled from the wreck and surrendered without further resistance. A search of his pockets turned up more than $20,000 in cash, and when the Lexus was flipped upright, troopers discovered a Glock 31 with an extended magazine still chambered and loaded on the driver's floorboard. Rivers, a convicted felon, was transported to the hospital for clearance before being booked into the Chatham County Jail. His Lexus was uninsured, his registration expired, and his night ended with multiple citations, seized cash, and a firearm taken into evidence. A gold Jeep wanted for retail fraud and felonious assault after ramming a Utica police cruiser. The suspect had already escaped one pursuit, but luck doesn't last forever, not when every cop in the county is looking for you. Minutes later, a deputy spotted that same gold Jeep speeding down 32-mile road, weaving through traffic like he owned it. The deputy stayed patient, waiting for backup. But the second those red and blue lights flipped on, the suspect lost it. It was clear this wasn't just a getaway. It was a last stand on four wheels.
Edward D. David, 0372.
Great. Everything else that's up.
County's trying to catch up.
Hey, look at it. You can up out of the yellow area in line.
Dispatcher is processing one still eastbound.
I got a picture of the north end. You found it,
He swerved into oncoming lanes, passing cars head-on, desperate to escape the law one more time. The amount he could have actually hit someone head-on is insane. Every second, a potential disaster. The trooper knew pressing harder could end badly, so he held back, letting the suspect burn himself out. What the driver didn't know was that a few miles up the road, another unit was already waiting, spike strips ready, and his freedom running out fast.
He's out, he's foot. Yes, there's one on foot. He went northbound through the storage yard here. I'm going to check on the passenger.
After the vehicle rolled over, chaos followed. The driver bailed out, running into the darkness, but the passenger wasn't as lucky. He'd been ejected during the violent crash. The trooper rushed to him first, hoping for a miracle. But from the first glance, it didn't look good. Moments later, other units tracked down the fleeing driver and took him into custody. The passenger, however, never made it. He was pronounced dead at the scene. On July 8, 2025, in Lee County, Florida, Trooper Jonathan Hernandez was parked on the median watching traffic when a silver Chevy Silverado comes flying past, weaving through lanes at an estimated 100 miles per hour. The trooper pulls out and the Silverado nearly rear-ends a pickup truck hauling a trailer before the driver flicks on his turn signal like he's about to pull over, then floors it. Sirens on dispatch notified, and this pursuit is officially running at 102 miles per hour through traffic.
Go ahead.
The suspect makes the bold decision to intentionally ram the trooper, leaving his patrol vehicle completely disabled on the side of the road. But the move costs him too. The front right tire is completely gone, and now he is out here on 3 tires, with hopes of escape fading faster than that rubber did. Because what he didn't account for is that disabling one trooper doesn't disable the radio. And right now, there are multiple units closing in on a truck that is running out of both tires and time.
Come out.
Suspect climbs from the driver's seat into the passenger seat, exits the vehicle, and Trooper Hernandez grabs him immediately, taking him straight to the ground in handcuffs. The smell of alcohol coming off Reardon is immediate and unmistakable, but the real plot twist comes at the hospital. During a CAT scan, medical staff informed the trooper that Reardon appears to have a bottle of pills hidden inside his rectum. His blood alcohol level comes back at 0.152, nearly double the legal limit. He was medically cleared and transported to Charlotte County Jail. On August 18, 2024, at approximately 3:13 p.m., an Arkansas State Police trooper received a call for a reckless driver traveling speeds over 100 miles per hour and weaving in and out of traffic on Interstate 40. Troop J dispatch advised the callers stated it was a silver Lexus with California tags eastbound on Interstate 40 at the 24-mile marker. Upon approaching the 51-mile marker, the trooper observed a silver Lexus passenger car at a high rate of speed eastbound on Interstate 40. He activated his front opposite direction radar and clocked the vehicle at 116 miles per hour in a 75 miles per hour zone. He activated his emergency lights and siren and pursued the reckless driver.
I'm not holding yet, sir.
I'll call him to check out for that.
Good morning, sir.
Approaching 64 eastbound speed.
He just tried to take some tricks. We're still
The suspect tried to fake the trooper into taking the exit, but the trooper had enough experience not to fall for that. Then the trooper decided to show him he wasn't here to play games. He caught up and lined up for a pit.
Yeah, dude's away.
Rollover, set at 1016. He's in the eastbound lane. Correction, westbound lane.
Go ahead and fire EMS. He rolled over in the westbound lane. He's in trap, he's in trap.
Here comes the shocking reveal. When the troopers approached the wrecked vehicle that came to a stop all the way on the other side, they realized the driver was not in the car and that he had been ejected. It took them almost 10 minutes to locate him. He was found 30 yards away from the vehicle, unresponsive with severe leg injuries. He was airlifted to Washington Regional Medical Center in Fayetteville, Arkansas, where he recovered. That was one more reason why you should never flee from law enforcement. First of all, for your safety, then for the safety of others. On February 24th, 2025, troopers were dispatched after multiple reports of a white pickup truck weaving across lanes at high speeds, already involved in several collisions. When troopers finally spotted the vehicle and activated their lights and sirens, the driver didn't slow down. He hit the gas, and just like that, the pursuit was on. With traffic growing heavier, the chase became even more intense. The suspect found his way out by recklessly driving along the shoulder, dodging vehicles left and right. Meanwhile, the trooper had to skillfully navigate through the congested lanes, doing everything possible to keep up with the fleeing truck. The suspect made a sudden turn into a residential area, weaving through the neighborhood streets in a frantic attempt to lose the trooper. But this wasn't the trooper's first chase. Instead of following directly, he took a smarter route, predicting the suspect's path and circling around to cut him off. The suspect's vehicle was finally stopped, but he wasn't ready to give up just yet. He jumped out and took off on foot, sprinting through front yards and alleyways, but his run didn't last long. Troopers were right behind him and quickly caught up, tackling him just a few blocks away. He was taken into custody without further incident, bringing this wild and reckless chase to an end. On August 10, 2025, Illinois State Police troopers were notified about an armed robbery in Chicago. Many units quickly responded to the area and located an SUV matching the description. The troopers activated their lights and sirens, but the suspect had no intentions of stopping, and the chase was on. The second the lights were activated, the suspects were driving all over the road, running multiple stop signs and red lights, showing they were willing to do whatever it takes to escape. But this area can be very hard for both the suspects and the troopers. With so many intersections, disaster was hanging in the air, ready to happen at any moment. As the suspect was running every intersection, of course, a collision could not be avoided. But the problem was he didn't surrender even then. Instead, he bailed out and fled on foot. And the trooper was like, "Why would I chase you on foot when I can chase you with the patrol car?"
Stop moving! Stop moving! Get on the ground!
Get on the ground right now. Don't move. Don't move. Give me your hands. Give me your hands. What's going on? Yeah, you don't know what's going on. That's what God. Ocean 314, one in custody.
After a short foot chase, the suspect was arrested and taken into custody without further incident. He was transported to the detention center on a long list of charges, including armed robbery, felony fleeing and eluding, reckless endangerment, and multiple traffic violations. That day, he better learned his lesson and not play games with troopers like this ever again. On April 21st, 2025 in San Jose, California, just before 10 a.m., two armed men storm into the Diablo Valley Federal Credit Union in Concord. Within minutes, they rob the staff at gunpoint and take off, setting off a chain of events that would span multiple counties and end in gunfire. Concord police spot the suspect's getaway car and move in.
Hey! Let me see your hands! Hey! Hey, come back! Let me see your hands! Stop! Stop! Hey, are you okay? Mary 215. He's outbound.
The suspect carjacked a vehicle and took off before officers could react. Moments later, another unit spotted the stolen car, and the chase was on.
Lundy, southbound Lundy, occupied ×1. He's got a mask on. They couldn't really see if there was anybody else in the car, but it looks like he's solo. What, about 70 miles an hour? And I got one unit, 5 just conquered X20 behind me. I need, where's San Jose PD? Or no, Peters. Blue the red light at Marietta, and we're okay back. We're just passing commercial. When he took Bayshore? On North Bayshore, it looks like. Okay, I got him. He's right coming up over the freeway on Mulberry. Making a right turn on Mulberry Road.
Heading north.
Wrong side of the road. Okay. Just TC'd with somebody right in front of 880. Suspect is 2 suspects running.
The chase tears through the Bay Area all the way to San Jose, where the stolen car collides with another vehicle and dies on impact, and both suspects flee on foot. Officers pursue 29-year-old Cruz Vargas, who's armed with a fully automatic handgun, fitted with a high-capacity drum magazine.
Stay down! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground now!
Vargas is taken into custody and treated for his injuries. The second suspect, 21-year-old Elijah Phillips, is captured nearby, still carrying the stolen cash. Investigators later learned Vargas was on parole for a prior carjacking, and Phillips had active warrants for domestic violence and theft. Both men are now charged with armed robbery, carjacking, and weapons violations. On March 15, 2026, Little Rock Police Department is in a pursuit of a blue Ford F-150 on Interstate 30, driven by a wanted felony suspect. TFC Bird doesn't wait for the chase to come to him. He gets ahead of it, positioning himself near the 117-mile marker and sits tight. As the truck comes flying past in the upper 90s, weaving recklessly through traffic, Bird merges in and takes primary, and almost immediately notices Valtierra holding a large can, which he casually hurls out of the passenger window onto the interstate at highway speed.
We now have state police in front of us. Well, when they bid in, remember, guys, you will call out, do a takedown on the vehicle. Do not rush him unless you have to. He does have a firearm.
TBI 116.
Westbound is shut down. LRPD is doing.
Crossfire, guys! Crossfire!
Trooper Bird has seen enough. Almost immediately after assuming primary, he lines it up at the 116-mile marker exit and executes a clean TVI, bringing the truck to a final stop right there in the inside lane. LRPD officers move in, and Valtierra is taken into custody without a single further incident. On March 1st, 2024, Little Rock police are already in a pursuit of a black Ford pickup and struggling to bring it to an end. When that call goes out for assistance, there is really only one answer in Arkansas, and Trooper Kennedy responds and within minutes takes over as primary. The dynamic of this chase just shifted completely.
Direct. The next directed for Adam 84, 1037.
Hop immediate over the north service road.
Coming down there this road. You want me to start that way?
Turning up towards Reynolds.
Thank you, 123 exit. 3 to 84, Airport,
10-4, we're going south on Reynolds.
They are going back over the whole band. 123. South on Reynolds.
First chance I get, Eddie.
Little Rock didn't have a call. We're trying to get out.
I think it's 123. 123. Going back eastbound. South Service Road.
Get on the South Service Road and headed back east.
South Service Road headed east.
It doesn't take long for Trooper Kennedy to understand exactly why Little Rock police were having trouble, and this driver is willing to risk absolutely everything. But there is a big difference between running from city police and having an Arkansas state trooper locked onto your bumper, and that difference was about to become very obvious.
Traffic's still pretty good. Coming up on 120.
124 heavy traffic. $23.50, there's a code 9, Commerce 183. 23, 21. Taking 124 exit. 90 mile an hour. Taking the 124.
TBI South.
Code 9, 124.
And he tried to bail on foot. Looks like Little Rock's 215.
After the second pit, the suspect bails immediately and takes off on foot, but Little Rock officers are right there and shut it down just feet from the truck. A team effort from start to finish, and one more suspect who learned the hard way that when Arkansas state troopers get involved, the ending is never really in question. On November 12th, 2022, just after 11:30 at night, and dispatch gets reports that a group of cars just shut down Interstate 430 south of Rodney Parham for a street takeover. Moments later, a pack of Dodge Chargers and Challengers comes flying down Interstate 430 and a trooper moves in. And a silver Charger immediately passes a vehicle on the shoulder and merges back into traffic aggressively, making it very clear which one wants to run tonight.
Got one driving on the shoulder, silver Charger. 55 Little Rock up at 1037, no tag on. You'll be next. Traffic is thick right now. We're 430 southbound, middle lane. Stand by.
Lane. Great. 10-3. Land, take the front of land. For about 80.
Clear both ways.
Right up here. Go on back, north bound.
The trooper stays glued to that Charger, never letting him breathe, never letting him settle, and that constant pressure is starting to show. The decisions coming from the driver's seat are getting worse, and in a chase like this, one bad decision is all it takes to decide how this ends.
Hit. Current length on the road, speed 80 miles an hour. Coming back up here on the Kia dealership. Last time clear from the floor, Out on David O'Donnell. David O'Donnell. In the big red parking lot.
The Charger is visibly beaten up but still pushing past 100 miles per hour, with multiple units behind. Damaged or not, this driver is not ready to stop, and right now there is nothing the troopers can do but stay on him and wait.
Still got the guy used on Carl Glenn, coming up to Dash here just a moment.
Eastern Colonel Glenn, coming up Dash.
Go left on Shackelford, just hit him in the back. Stand by. We got him right here at Shackelford again. Stand by. Just hit him in the back. Stand by. We got him right here at Shackelford again. Stand by.
Four troopers, 4 impacts, and the Charger is finally done. That is what a real team effort looks like. The charge sheet that followed included felony fleeing, felony street, racing, reckless driving, criminal mischief, and one you do not see every day, observing a drag race as a spectator on a public highway, came to watch the show and left with his own set of charges. On Saturday, October 19th, 2024, Trooper Tanner Seal was monitoring traffic on U.S. Highway 78 in Dell when he clocked a motorcycle speeding at 80 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone. And as he attempted a traffic stop, the motorcycle quickly accelerated to over 130 miles per hour, continuing westbound on U.S. Highway 78.
I've got a motorcycle taking off on me. Westbound towards 181 in Dell. It's going to be a black helmet.
When the suspect accelerated to 140 miles per hour, the trooper briefly lost sight, but after 5 minutes managed to close in on the suspect again.
I think he's just toying with me now. He's slowing down, swerving left or right. Blue jeans, black jacket, black and red helmet. Can't get the tag right now. Coming up to Fleeman Road, westbound, still in Manila, light traffic.
As the trooper closed in on the suspect, he executed a pit maneuver, causing the biker to fall off the motorcycle. The trooper then exited his vehicle and arrested the suspect. It was September 6, 2023 in Sherwood, Arkansas, when a man steals a Jeep from a hospital parking lot. But this isn't just a case of grand theft auto. The suspect, suffering from a clear mental health crisis, takes off. forcing local police and state troopers into a dangerous pursuit across the interstate.
76 over my partner.
76 is primary.
From the right for you.
What's up, man?
Trooper Dakota Davis wasted no time once he took over the pursuit, and he executed a hard pit maneuver that immediately stopped the fleeing Jeep. His cruiser struck the barrier in the process, but the suspect was stopped. Trooper Davis then jumped out and moved in to arrest the suspect.
Go! Clear! Clear! Go! Get up! Get down! Get down! Get on the ground! Get on the ground, man! Hey, what's up, Tyson? Yo, cops, look, guys, watching it.
The suspect refused to comply and had to be tased before finally being taken into custody by Sherwood PD and ASP working together. The man later told authorities he had taken the vehicle from a family member. With a history of mental health struggles, it's clear this was more than just a pursuit. It was a moment where quick thinking and restraint likely saved lives on both sides of the law. It was January 23, 2025 in Lee County, Florida, when a suspect behind the wheel of a Dodge pickup thought he could outrun Florida Highway Patrol. But what he didn't know was that he chose the wrong troopers to play with, and they were about to prove it. At first, it looked like the chase would be over before it even began, but the suspect managed to break free, but troopers were hot on his tail.
Let me see your hand!
10-4, L2, 1318.
Let me see your hand! Go! John, where are you hurting at? John, show me your hands! Look! Put your hands up! Walk over the guardrail! Walk toward me!
After a brief struggle to get him out of the truck, the suspect finally complied and was taken into custody without further incident. While details are still limited, one thing's for sure, he won't be getting out anytime soon. On March 2nd, 2023, Trooper James Bird clocked a white Lexus speeding past his stationary position. He lit it up, and the driver pulled over. Just another routine stop, or so it seemed. But the moment Trooper Bird stepped out of his cruiser, the Lexus took off.
shot up at the highway top.
As the pursuit hit the interstate, the situation escalated fast. The driver weaved across lanes at over 110 miles per hour, showing zero regard for anyone's safety. Trooper Bird stayed locked in, knowing this level of recklessness couldn't go unchecked.
If he's trying to cut you off, go ahead and put him in a ditch. We're just head over here. Yeah, we're in. See it. Well, he's about to pass you on the right shoulder.
As the suspect tore down the highway, another trooper merged into the chase and took over as primary. With fresh positioning and determination, he wasted no time looking for any chance to shut this down before it got even worse.
Get him now, it's good.
In the median. In the median. Right in front of the field.
Trooper executed a pit, sending the Lexus straight into the ditch. But somehow the suspect climbed out and took off on foot, thinking he still had a shot. That hope didn't last long. Troopers were right on him, making the arrest before he could disappear. No further details have been released, but one thing's for sure. He won't be getting behind the wheel of that car ever. It was July 5th, 2024, when a Georgia state troopers move in on a matte purple Charger for reckless driving, and the driver wants absolutely nothing to do with it, flooring it and slipping away from the first trooper entirely. Most people would take that as a sign to find somewhere to lay low. Corliss J. and Tim is not most people, because a short time later, Trooper Middleton locates the same matte purple Charger and moves in for a second attempt. And then Tim runs again without a second thought.
Going south 395, it's the matte purple Charger. Nope, he cut over, either going north 195 or eastbound 495. He just blacked out in pursuit. Going east 495, east 495.
You're going east 495 in pursuit.
Base 1. And on, we're going eastbound now. Speeds are about 90 and increasing.
Speeds 90 and increasing. Roger 10.
It's still on eastbound lane traffic. We're taking band over, taking band over.
I'll be taking that over.
There's no direction here. We are going northbound on Van Dorn into further into Fairfax.
Trooper Middleton locks in and stays on the Charger for several miles, pushing through traffic, and as darkness falls, the suspect turned off his lights, trying to disappear into the night, making it significantly harder to track him down. But Middleton refuses to let the dark do what the road couldn't, matching his speed and keeping that Charger in his sight no matter what, because losing him a second time was simply not going to happen.
95 now, passing the exit for 95 north. Disregard, taking 95 north, 95 north.
Going 95 north.
Getting on northbound 95 right now. 167 over 4, light traffic, speed's 100 and climbing. I think he's got a flat. He's fishtailing everywhere right now. Yeah, he's definitely got a flat or something wrong with his car. We're only at 110 right now, and he's all over the road. Coming up on 644, 130, he's fishtailing everywhere still.
Coming up on 644, 130.
Just when it looked like this was going to stretch deep into the night, something ships, and you can almost pinpoint the exact moment the suspect realizes that Georgia State Troopers are simply built different. Outrunning them was never really on the table, and the longer this went on, the more obvious that became.
He's still fishtailing everywhere. Coming up to Frontier. Frontier making a right on Frontier.
Turning right on Frontier.
There's light traffic out here. Coming up to Franconia Springfield Parkway, making a right on Franconia Springfield. Nope, you stop and bail out.
The foot chase was short. The suspect runs out of options almost as fast as that Charger ran out of road, and Trooper Middleton closes him down and gets the cuffs on. Corliss J. N. Tim, taken into custody, charged with felony fleeing, along with a variety of additional offenses. On October 4th, 2023, Jupiter Police responded to a terrifying 911 call from Jupiter Pediatric Associates. A man with a large knife had attacked 65-year-old Dr. Philip Colezo, stabbing him at least 5 times before fleeing. The suspect, 28-year-old Nicholas David Parchesco, had reportedly been targeting the doctor, even sending bizarre and incoherent messages beforehand. After the brutal attack, Parchesco fled in a white Lexus, triggering a high-speed chase that crossed into Indian River County.
Dispatch has been
Vehicle to start my vehicle.
The suspect hit speeds of 120 miles per hour, quickly gaining distance from deputies on the ground. But thanks to real-time updates from a helicopter overhead, deputies stayed hot on his tail, tracking his every move from the sky.
153. Middle lane, passing cars. Back.
Alright guys, my radio now, I have eyes, outside lane, passing the 151. He's in the outside lane, 151.
Northbound 95, that's at 156.
Back into the outside lane. Now he is slowing down significantly. He's in the shoulder, still northbound. Passing the 150, looks like 3.
Traffic's coming to a stop up here. He's going to have to slow down.
So I'm slowing down.
With help from the helicopter overhead, deputies were able to close the gap and get back on the suspect's tail.
Dispatch has been
Coming on the left.
Dispatch has
Continue past the bridge. He's still on I-95. He's still northbound on I-95. Believe he just tried to get sticks. He continued. He's on the outside lane.
Deputies successfully deployed stop sticks, taking out one of the suspect's tires. With the vehicle now damaged, the odds of ending this dangerous pursuit just shifted in law enforcement's favor.
I'm getting ahead, I'm getting ahead.
Dispatch has been located.
They cut it to the moon, he's gonna get stuck, he's in the water. Alright, he made it, he might make it through, guys, if he can cut across. Back southbound. Yeah, he's southbound, on the outside shoulder, I-95 southbound.
We have another pit. Stand by. 1033, please.
Get out of the car now! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Stay on the ground now! Don't you move, you understand? Don't you move! Don't move! Look away from me! Look away from me now! Don't you move or you will be shot, you understand?
During his arrest, Parchesco begged officers not to shoot him. Once detained and placed in the back of the patrol car, he began making bizarre claims, insisting he had been kidnapped and feared for his life. He was charged with fleeing and eluding police and remains under investigation for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. It's just another day on Interstate 430 when Trooper First Class Freeman clocks a black BMW flying at 91 in a 65. At first, it looks like a standard traffic stop. The driver pulls onto the Cantrell exit and stops at a red light. But as the trooper steps out of his car to make contact, the driver, Frederick Braswell, decides he isn't sticking around and floors it into the city. The chase hits 100 miles per hour through narrow city streets, with Braswell aggressively brake-checking the trooper to keep him off his tail. Realizing they were headed straight for a high-traffic area, Trooper Freeman waited for the perfect moment on Windy Lane to execute the pit.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands!
The suspect grabbed a black backpack and bolted on foot, jumping privacy fences before literally invading a nearby home to hide in the hallway. The homeowner pointed the trooper right to the suspect, and a search of that backpack revealed exactly why he was running. Inside, police found nearly 10 ounces of marijuana, Xanax, a digital scale, and a loaded Glock 29 with a massive 32-round extended magazine. Braswell's day ended with medical stitches, a ride to the Pulaski County Jail, and a total of $705 in seized cash. On September 6, 2024, Trooper Teddy Henderson conducted a traffic stop in Blytheville after observing the driver, Remius Thompson, not wearing a seatbelt. Upon approaching the vehicle, Trooper Henderson introduced himself and explained the reason for the stop. Thompson was unable to provide identification and instead gave a false name. While Trooper Henderson returned to his patrol unit to run a background check, Thompson took advantage of the situation, putting his car in drive and attempting to flee the scene.
Jones Road 1037.
34.
Going through a bank parking lot right here at North 2nd.
North 2nd.
First and Sycamore.
Street.
Cherry Street.
Trooper Henderson quickly caught up to the fleeing suspect and used his patrol vehicle to ram into Thompson's car, causing it to collide with a pole and come to a stop. As Trooper Henderson exited his vehicle, it appeared that he had the situation under control. However, the suspect had other plans and made a sudden, reckless decision to resist arrest.
Get down!
However, this reckless decision proved to be a poor choice for the suspect. As Thompson fled on foot, Trooper Henderson quickly deployed his taser, successfully incapacitating him. The suspect was arrested and taken into custody without further incident, effectively bringing the chase to a swift conclusion. On September 28, 2024, while patrolling U.S. Highway 78, Arkansas State Trooper Victor Garcia clocked a gray Dodge Ram speeding at 107 miles per hour in a 60-mile zone. He turned around, activating his lights and sirens, and pursued the truck. As Trooper Garcia closed in, the driver used the turning lane to pass other cars recklessly. Finally catching up at the red light at U.S. Highway 78 and Commerce Drive, Trooper Garcia briefly stopped before the suspect ran the light and sped off again.
B78, Commerce. 1037. The Arkansas 028, Union King 0, be a great Dodge Ram.
10-4, down 450, 63, 63, stay close.
TVI. Roll over.
Trooper Garcia chose to perform a tactical vehicle intervention on the passenger side, carefully avoiding oncoming traffic. The maneuver caused the suspect's vehicle to spin clockwise, veering off the roadway to the right. During the rotation, it struck a utility pole, snapping it in half and sending electrical wires down onto nearby vehicles. The suspect's truck finally came to a stop. Upright and facing westbound, troopers quickly exited their patrol cars and apprehended the suspect, bringing the dangerous chase to an end. On March 6, 2020, a trooper patrolling in Fulton County was traveling eastbound on Edgewood Avenue near Boulevard when they spotted a Bolo Dodge Charger that had fled from multiple agencies. The trooper activated emergency lights and attempted a traffic stop, but the driver took off, initiating a pursuit. The trooper quickly notified Troop C Communications as they continued eastbound on Edgewood Avenue at a high rate of speed.
No, 20 west, 20 west.
Due to the suspect's high speed, the trooper briefly lost sight of the vehicle. However, after 5 minutes, the trooper was able to get back behind the suspect.
707, 1080. 1080 with that Charger.
Just let Phoenix call.
You're good on my side.
He's getting back on 20.
Middle lane. Light traffic.
The driver proceeded to 1038 Washington Street, where he parked the vehicle at the rear of the complex and exited on foot, walking back through the premises. The trooper made contact with the driver, identified as Dean Thonny Lewis, drew his firearm, and ordered him to the ground. Mr. Lewis was taken into custody without further incident.
Right here, walking out. At the entrance of the complex now.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. I'm going to tase you. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. What's going on, sir? Get down. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. What's going on, sir? 7 on 7, 10 on 5.